Hi there, it's Graham Frame here, and I want to welcome you to this week's webinar. We're going to talk about how to make sales without actually selling, how to have buyers asking you if they can buy from you. And this is something that everybody is able to do. It doesn't matter what your past experience is, it doesn't matter whether you've been successful, whether you've been unsuccessful, whether you've been deemed a failure, whatever it is, this is something that everybody can do. I just want to make sure that you can hear me. So I know that there's a slight delay when we're using Google Hangouts between what I say and getting a response. So if you can just, some of you just type in the chat section that they can hear just a quick Y in there or something like that to let me know that I'm transmitting and not talking to myself. So if you can do that for me, please, just get into the chat section there, just enter in the comment saying that you can hear. A simple "Y" will do, or yes, or okay, whatever you want to put in there, just to let me know that the broadcast is going out okay. I see we have a few attendees here. Not as many as I would have liked, but I've not promoted this very much this time. I've been busy with other things. Hopefully the people that are on here are going to get some great benefit from it. I'm not getting any messages in the chat section. Can you hear me? Okay, you've got the messages coming through now. Thanks, Lloyd, Jimmy. Yep, good. Okay. So we're going to press on. We are getting started now. Let me move on to the next slide. These are here really for my benefit, just to give me a guide of what I want to say to you. But I hope you'll find the slides useful as well. So who am I? Well, I've been an offline entrepreneur for 50 years. I've started, built and retired from 8 different successful businesses in different industries: the service industry, manufacturing, importing, wholesaling, etc. I've also been a top producer in 2 different MLM companies. And that was long before the internet was around. I've been online entrepreneur since 1998, mainly as a hobby because I was involved in my offline businesses. I just wanted to see what it was about and what I could do with it. And I got involved in affiliate marketing. I was one of the first affiliates with Amazon, who were just starting out back in 1998. I've done AdSense marketing. I've done MLM with other people's companies. I've started my own MLM companies online, which I sold. So if you put it all together, I've been in the top percentage of earners for over 40 years. And I'm not saying this to brag, just to let you know that I know what it takes to make $30,000 a month. And I cite $30,000 a month because that, for most people, is a life-changing amount. You may think that 5,000 or 10,000 a month will be. I can assure you 5,000 or 10,000 a month is subsistence. Once you get to 20,000, you're enjoying life. Once you get to 30,000, most people find that they've got more money than they need. And that is why it's life-changing. You can virtually do anything that you want. So the goal of this webinar is to set you on the right track to becoming successful, partly successful in achieving a 30,000 a month income, and partly in achieving your own personal goals, whatever they may be. Some of you may not want $30,000 a month. Some of you may want more. Some of you may be just happy with what you've got, but could do with an extra few hundred just to help you make ends meet a little better. So that's what we're hoping to do with this webinar: get you set on the right track, point you in the right direction. There are going to be free downloads and cash giveaways. How much cash I'm going to give away, I don't know at this stage. It depends on how many people we've got, how responsive they are. And there is a free download of a book which is about money, basically, why people fail with money and what they can do about it. It's not written by me, but it's a good read. It's well worth it. Download it, read it, and use it. What I'm about is teaching people to have abundance. And for me, abundance is split into 7 different things. Abundance is having all the peace that you want in your life, having all the hope you want in your life. And when I'm talking about hope, I'm not talking about I hope I can make some money. That's wishing. That's not hoping. Hope is having the inspiration inside you to know that whatever you want, you can achieve. Having harmony in your life. Harmony not only in your relationships with other people, but in relationships with the world as a whole, with cosmic energy. To be in harmony. Everything is vibrating, and everything vibrates at different frequencies, and that determines how they look to us. Like a brick wall that it looks solid, but it's vibrating, and it's vibrating at a certain frequency that makes it into a brick wall. And so you need to be in harmony with what you want. If you're vibrating at the right frequency for what you want, then it must be attracted to you. Health is very important. If you've got poor health, it's hard to enjoy life. You want your health to be at its optimum level, the best level that it can possibly be. Wealth isn't just about having money, but it's where we're going to start, is in showing you how to have all the money that you need, an abundance of money. Abundance really is about having as much as you want of anything, and that includes happiness. It's no good having all these other things if you're not happy with them. And of course, love. Now, these are not in any particular order, and some people would say that love should be at the top, some people would say that happiness should be at the top. It doesn't matter. They're all part and parcel of abundance. And if this was a 7-legged table, if it was a table that was constructed as a dinner table and you took away one of the legs, it would still work pretty well on 6 legs. But abundance isn't like that. You take away one leg and it knocks over all the others. You need all of these things all together to have true abundance. But as I say, we're going to focus on making money, because without money, the other elements of abundance are often difficult for most people to achieve. If you're stressed out because you can't pay your bills, or because there's creditors phoning you up every 5 minutes, it's very difficult to have peace in your life. It's very difficult to be happy. If you're stressed out and you're unhappy, it affects your health. It can affect your relationships. You're out of harmony with everything. So it is important to have all you want in terms of money. Money in itself isn't important, but it's a means to an end. So what are the ways that we can make money? Essentially, there are 4 ways to make money. You can have a job, which a lot of people perhaps on this webinar have. You can be self-employed. You can take up investing, or you can be an entrepreneur. I want to go through those briefly. A job. Very few people ever achieve financial independence here, so essentially I'm going to ignore it. A job is something that people do. They're trading time for money, and usually somebody is making a profit out of them. If they're not making a profit out of them, they're out of a job. Way back in the 1970s, the early 1970s, I was making the equivalent of $25,000 a month as a salesman for Rank Xerox, as it's known in the UK, which is where I was at that time. It's just Xerox Corporation outside of the UK, I think. But I certainly wasn't financially independent, and I wasn't stress-free. So a job for most people, even if they're on high income levels, isn't going to cut the mustard. Now, self-employed is what a lot of people aspire to, but it's not where you want to be. For most people, this is just a job, but with the added responsibility of having everything come back to you. The buck stops at you. There's no backup. You've nobody to fall back on. There's nobody to give you directions as what to do. Self-employed people are usually working long hours. They're being a jack of all trades. They're doing lots of menial tasks as well as the other tasks. They hardly ever make enough cash to be financially independent, and they seldom have time to enjoy life. They might make a little bit more than they would be making working for somebody else. That's not always the case. Sometimes I've known people that are self-employed that are making less than they would be if they had a job doing the same thing. But sometimes they're making more, sometimes quite significantly more. But they usually no time to enjoy it. They hardly ever take holidays, and they're struggling along all the time, and they're getting stressed out all the time. Self-employed isn't where you want to be, despite what you might think. Investment's great if you've got sufficient cash, but you need a lot of cash to really make any significant money. If you're investing for high returns, then the risks are high. And if you're keeping the risks low, then you're generally speaking going to get low returns. As an example, money in the bank, which is really low risk, doesn't even keep pace with inflation. So you're actually losing money if you've got it deposited in the bank. Investment is not risk-free. It's not available to most of us because we need significant amounts of cash. There are ways that you can invest smaller amounts and get some great returns, and I'll perhaps be going into that a little bit for you. But really, this is where you want to be: entrepreneurship. Because this is where true freedom is reached. This is where your Richard Bransons are, your Donald Trumps, your top people that you think about in the business world. These are entrepreneurs. But there are lots of entrepreneurs that are not so high profile as those people. There are lots of entrepreneurs who are doing really well. So what is an entrepreneur? They're doing really well, but without being recognized as such. And an entrepreneur really is somebody who sees opportunity in risks rather than risks in opportunity. I'm going to go through that again. It's somebody who sees opportunity in risks rather than risks in opportunity. I think it was Edison that said people often don't see opportunity because it comes disguised in an overall and looks like work. But there's more to it than that. People see there's an opportunity there, but all they can see are the risks in that opportunity. What if it doesn't work for me? What if I lose my money? What if it's not as good as it says? What if I'm not up to the job? What if, and they're always looking at the downside, the risks. An entrepreneur is somebody who says, there are risks involved there, but let's measure them up against what I can make. How much is it going to cost me? What can I get back out of it? What do I have to do? Am I able to learn those skills and get that done? Yes. And if it's yes, then they're all over it. They see opportunity in risks rather than risks in opportunity. An entrepreneur is somebody who sees challenges as a chance to grow rather than an obstacle in the way. You know, most people, they're confronted with a challenge and they see it as a problem, and it's something that stops them in their tracks, and they go back and they shrink back into their shell. An entrepreneur doesn't do that. He sees challenges, he wants challenges, because he knows that by overcoming challenges, he can grow, become a bigger person, a better person, be personally developing all the time. And the only way you can do that is through finding challenges, meeting and overcoming those challenges. People that aren't entrepreneurs are frightened of challenges. They see them as just something that's stopping them getting where they want to go. So you've got to change that. You've got to change your mindset. You've got to be able to say, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. The risks are not outweighed by the opportunity. I'm going for it 100%, and the obstacles I meet, I am going to benefit from because I'm going to grow personally. Okay, so that's very important, being an entrepreneur. So what's the secret formula for making money online? I'm often asked this. What do you do? How do you do it? What's the secret formula? There isn't really a secret formula, but there's an ideal blend. You've got to have investment and entrepreneurship, and you put those two things together and it gives you the basis for what you want. Now, all online marketers that are successful, all the ones I know anyway, and I know a lot of them, have three things. They have a blog, they have an autoresponder, and they do training. And these are three very important things. If you really want to get to the top in this profession, you're going to need a blog, an autoresponder, and training. Okay? And the training, you say, well, I don't know anything, and I don't know what I could teach people. Everybody knows something that other people don't know. And people don't know what you don't know. So never be afraid of teaching people. And one of the best ways of learning, one of the best ways of developing yourself personally, is to teach others to do things. So those are three things, once again, as an entrepreneur, as to be a successful online marketer, you want to be thinking about. There are millions of marketers out there, possibly billions of them. And they're all doing the same things, and they're all failing. Okay? If you are doing the same thing as everybody else, you're going to get the same results as everybody else. You're going to be amongst the 93% that never make any money online. Okay, they might generate some income here and a bit there and a bit there, but they're spending more than they're actually getting in. They're never getting into profit. Most of the people that are looking at online businesses are looking for the easy way to make money. And there is no easy way. It's hard to make money. If it was easy, everybody would be wealthy. Once you know how to make money, then it's easy, and then you're wealthy, and you just start making more and more and more money. And that's why when you've got 30,000 a month, if you want more, you can go out and make more. I've never really wanted more, but I've had days where I've made 30,000 in a day, let alone. So it's easy when you know how, like most things. Walking isn't easy when you're a little baby and you've never done it. You crawl around because you don't know how to stand up and balance, and you need help doing it. But once you've learnt to walk, it becomes second nature. It becomes easy. And it's the same with everything. So there is no easy way unless you have a system that guarantees success. One that you can join, and you can make money, and then you can promote the system. And it's important that it's in that order, because most people don't have the confidence to go out and promote something with honesty and integrity if they're not making money from it. It makes sense? Most of the people online that approach me, and I probably get approached with conservatively 100 opportunities a day. Okay? I don't even take the time to look at them unless that person is prepared to offer me a synopsis of probably 200 to 300 words of what that opportunity is about, and proof of the fact that they are making money with that opportunity. Now that may sound a bit harsh, but you've got to draw a line somewhere. You can't look at everything that everybody pushes towards you, pushes at you. And all it will do is divert your focus. And you've got to be focused to make money. So you want something that you can join, make money with, because once you're making money, you're going to want to tell people about it. You're going to want to say, you know, I am making money with this. And it's honest and you can do it. And you promote the system that allows you to do that without doing anything else. Now, obviously, the more effort you put in, the more work you put in, the more money you're going to make. And that's the same with any system. There's no system that will make you a billionaire that's available out there that you can just go out and buy and say, right, that's it, me done. Push this button, that's it. Okay, I'm going to show you something that will get you started, but there is no system that will make you rich. Okay, there are systems that will help. There's no guru that will make you rich. The only person that can do that is you. People say they need traffic. That's all they need, you know. If I could get all the traffic I wanted, then I'd have all the money I wanted. Traffic doesn't equal sales. Conversions equal sales, and that takes more things. It takes copywriting and skills in sales pages construction and follow-up emails and getting to know people, building rapport. Okay, you've got to have these skills to convert traffic into sales. Now, are you an expert in these fields? Probably not. There are very few people that are. So what do? You outsource. That's the answer. You outsource these things. Because even if you're an expert, why spend precious time doing what others can do for you? Okay, why? For example, if you want to make $100,000 a year, which should be a minimum goal for anybody, that's about $50 an hour in an 8-hour day, 5 days a week. So if you can buy something that you're doing for less than that $50 an hour, you shouldn't be doing it yourself. It's really as simple as that. If you're sweeping the floor in your establishment and you can get somebody on minimum wage at $10 an hour or whatever it is now, to do that, you shouldn't be spending your $50 an hour doing it. Make sense? So even if you're an expert, you shouldn't be doing things that you can buy for less than you are worth. Unless it's your passion and you'd miss doing it. I enjoy getting out in the garden and cutting the hedge and I can afford a gardener, but I like to get out there and cut the hedge and mow the lawn and potter about. For me, it's relaxation. And if you're doing what you love, it's probably what you do well. And that's where we say it's something you have a passion for. Now, if that's something that the world will pay for, you get into this little area here and you're getting some satisfaction because you're getting a career established and you're able to make some money. And you've got this little overlap here of these 3 areas, and if it's what the world needs as well, then that's absolute bliss. So if it's not something that you enjoy doing and you can afford to pay somebody else to do it, and by afford I mean if it is less money to pay somebody to do it than you are aiming to make, then you shouldn't be doing it yourself. You should outsource it. So what are the problems that marketers come across when they start online? I've got the second there, unrealistic expectations. And that's probably should be at the top. These aren't in any special order. They're just things that I thought about. But there's so much hype out there that people think they can go out and buy a system for $37, a money-making website. What's a money-making website? Money-making website. There's no such thing. There are websites where people can buy things. That doesn't make them a money-making website. A money-making website is a website that you personally are making money from, and you can't clone that. It's not possible. You can't go out and buy a system for $37 or $370 or $3,700 that is going to make you rich, especially overnight by clicking a button. So unrealistic expectations. Information overload. There's so much information out there. There's so many people trying to sell you how it should be done that you don't know where to start. One person tells you this person tells you that, another person tells you this. There's so much of it that you just get overpowered by it and you don't know where to start, and you're running around in circles, never doing anything. Slow results. Another thing. Money likes speed, and most people don't get results, and if they do, they're very slow. For example, if you're in a multi-level marketing business and they tell you to go out and introduce people, and you do pretty well at it. You introduce 200 people in your first month, and you get paid, I don't know, 5% of what they spend. And of those 200 people, 50 of them spend $20. So that's $1,000. So you get paid 5% of $1,000, which is what, 50 bucks. So you've introduced 200 people and you've got $50 back, and you think, oh, it's just not worth the effort. Okay, and nobody duplicates you, and you go, oh, got to look for something else. So slow results are something that put people off. And people, desperation. They start something. They say, okay, I'm doing this, and I've got to make it work because I need the money in from it to pay for what I've done. If you're coming from a situation of need, if you're desperate, people will sense that in you. They know that you're not making any money and you're just desperate for them to get in for some reason or other, not for their well-being. You're not interested in them. All you're looking at is pound signs because you need them to buy. That's the wrong attitude. You've got to come from a feeling of abundance, and that's why you want a system that you can join, make money, and then promote. People that are desperate, they'll recruit anybody. They'll have anybody in the dog or whatever. Just sign this paper here. It doesn't matter, you know. And they introduce 20 people who don't know what they've joined. And I've seen people even pay for people to come in, you know. I'll pay you way in, just join. I'll pay for you. You know, that's never going to work. It's never, ever going to work. I've been online, as I say, since 1998, and I've seen these pay-it-forward systems and people paying people in. I've been paid into things. Nobody's interested. You get paid into things. You know, okay, I'm paid into that, so what am I going to do? I'm not paying for anybody. So don't be desperate. You've got to have a feeling that what you are involved in is the right thing, not just for you, but for anybody else that you are approaching. There's a lack of authority for most people. They don't really understand what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They're just trying to do what somebody who doesn't know what they're doing has told them to do. So they don't have any authority. They can't say to people, look, if you don't do this, I'm not interested in helping you. They're just saying, oh, you know, get involved and we'll try and work it out together, and we'll, you know, it's just a muddle. And this all comes down to out as a lack of results, which was like slow results, I suppose. Running out of cash. People think they can start a business with $10, never pay anything more out, and they're going to build it from there. Is it possible? Yeah, anything's possible. Realistically, you're not going to make that work unless you are really, really exceptional. Most people that make money online have put quite a lot of cash into making that money online. Sometimes they've not had the cash, they've gone out, they've borrowed it, they've sold something to get the money. They've shown that commitment of putting that cash in because they believed in what they were doing. And importantly, a lack of a system that works. They're told, oh, just you've got a website there, and all you do is you send traffic to that website, and people will join, and you'll get 3 people who'll get 3 people who'll get 3 people, and everybody will be a millionaire within 6 months. I've seen things saying, advertising saying, you know, join this free and make 1,000 this week and 1,000 next week. But it's not going to happen. There aren't any systems out there that will do that for you. Can you make 1,000 this week and 1,000 next week? Yeah, of course you can. I've got people now in my programs that have made over 1,000 in the first day, made 10,000 in the first month. It doesn't mean that you will. It doesn't mean you won't. It's just what somebody has done. What you want to be looking at is an OP system. So what does OP stand for? And here's a chance for me to give some money away. So let's give some money away. We'll come back to this in a minute. Let's get me back up there. And here we are. Okay, so can anybody tell me what OP stands for? If you've seen any of my other webinars, you're in with a better shout, because you will know from there. So OP, anybody? First person to come up with what OP stands for. The OP system. Let's get some guesses coming in, and I'll send some money to somebody. Okay, I enjoy giving money away on these sessions. Something that makes me feel good. You know, everything that we do for a benefit. And the benefit I get from giving a bit of cash away is it just makes me feel good. It makes me... Okay, Frank. We're gonna give that to you, Frank. It's other people's. You put other people's money, and that is part of it. That is a specific part. But other people's is what the OP system's about. So, Frank, I think you've won money from me before, Frank. If it's the same Frank, are you the Frank with the username Frank in Simple Fast Cash? If you are, I'm going to send you $50 anyway, Frank, for that. Let me know. I hope we've got the right person. If we haven't, Frank, then okay, I've made a note of that. Other people's. So there we go. Frank was the first with that, and we're going to get back to the presentation. Frank having won $50. I just want you to confirm, Frank, that you are in the chat box, Frank with the username Frank in Simple Fast Cash. And let's go back here now. Get back to the presentation. Here we go. What does OP stand for? It stands for other people's. Other people's what? Other people's lists, for one thing. It's all very well to go out with this shotgun approach and talk to everybody in the street that you meet and say, look, I've got this great money-making system. Are you interested in it? And they go, oh, no, and who are you anyway? Or to badger your family and friends, like most opportunities will tell you to do. Make a list of everybody you know and pester the life out of them until you have joined the NFL. And that's not the American Football League, the National Football League. That's the No Friends Left situation. So you use other people's lists. Other people that have made sales to people have a list of those, and they're prepared to let you have access to the list. And it's better than going out trying to find people from scratch. You could take your phone book and start dialing from page one and ring everybody up and say, would you be interested in making money from home? And eventually you'd get somebody that would say yes. And eventually, out of the people that did say yes, you would make sales. But do you want to do that? And how long would it take you? Why not find people that you know are already interested, they've already opted into something that is exactly the same. If you're selling acne treatment, somebody that's bought an acne treatment previously is possibly going to be a better qualified prospect than somebody who has no acne. Okay, so other people's lists is the first thing. Get your leads sorted out from other people, other people's talents. We can't be jack of all trades. We can't be perfect at doing everything that we need to be able to do to run our successful empire. So we've got to recruit other people in. We find people that are great at doing what we need done, and we pay them, to do it. So we use other people's talents. And how do we pay for that? We use other people's money, which is what Frank said, but I paid him anyway with my money. So other people's money. What are we talking about in other people's money? Well, let's go back to the list first of all. Why spend time searching and scouring for people who may be interested in what you're selling? You buy from other people, and you buy from the results they've had from their searching for people that are looking for what you're selling. Saves time, makes sense. Other people's talents. Henry Ford won a court case against a newspaper that slandered him as being ignorant because he did not know how to do things himself. But he showed the court that he could easily find anyone he needed to do any job he wanted doing and make a profit on it. And that's what's important. You find people that can do what you want, and you get them to do it for you, and you make your profit on it. And this one, the other people's money. Hardly any business runs on just its own capital. Most businesses buy goods on credit to resell. They don't put their money out for them. The manufacturer sells them to them, and they give them 30 days to pay for it, and they do their best to sell those, or enough of them in that 30 days to pay the manufacturer what he wants. They also borrow cash from banks for premises and setting up expenses and tills and computers and whatever else. They'll put things on credit cards and this. Just look at it this way. If you saw a duplex for sale and you knew that you could rent each apartment in that duplex for $1,000 a month, that would be a $2,000 a month income. Would you buy that duplex if the mortgage payments were just $800 a month? You'd be crazy if you didn't. Now that's using other people's money, and the same principle and reasoning should be used in any business transaction. Can I make a profit on what I am borrowing? If I can, it's a good, solid investment. Let's go for it, okay? Once again, seeing the opportunity in the risk, not the risk in the opportunity. The problem most marketers have online is how to put all this together, because most people don't have the skill set when they're starting out to find what they need, to see who's got it, and to coordinate it into a strong business plan. So we've found a solution for you, and it's SAWWP.com. And that stands for Sharing Abundance Worldwide with Passion. And this organisation was started to help ordinary people make extraordinary incomes online with minimal risk. Okay, I'm going to read that again. We started to help ordinary people make extraordinary incomes online with minimal risk. Not with no risk. Everything in life has a risk. Crossing the street has a risk. Getting out of bed in the morning, there's a risk. But with minimal risk. And by doing that, we aim to create an income that will allow us to make charitable donations to ease suffering worldwide. Currently, our donations are going to Save the Children Fund, and once they've reached a significant level, far, far greater than they're at present, we'll perhaps be looking at other things as well. But Save the Children is such a worthy cause. Do you know that just about $354 a month given to Save the Children can save a child's life and look after him till he's 5 years old, a child that would otherwise die. Okay, so that's why we're using Save the Children at present. So that's the two goals we have in SOAP, to help ordinary people like yourself make extraordinary incomes online with minimal risk, and by doing that create an income that will allow charitable donations to ease suffering worldwide. That's what sharing abundance worldwide with passion means. And within SOAP, we have a turnkey cash cow system, which I'm going to just refer to as TCC. Now, SOAP has solutions for you from $7 a month, and they can genuinely provide you with a vehicle to make $30,000 a month and more. But these require effort and learning that's too much for most online marketers to undertake, especially when they're starting out. And that's the type of thing that results in massive failure rates, not just in SOAP, not just in our program, but in all programs, no matter what they profess, no matter what they say. There's a 90% failure rate because it's just too much for most people starting out to be able to do. In SOAP, I believe it's the best opportunity that there is for this amount, $7 a month. For $7 a month, you get website hosting, you get autoresponders, you get lots of other tools, you get lots of training. You get $5 commission for everybody you bring in. You get automatic upgrades into higher levels, which pay higher commissions. And it's quite feasible to leverage a $5 commission up into $279 and more per month. But it takes effort, and it takes you to get people to do the same as you do, and most people won't do the same as you do, and most people won't tell you that. They say, if you go out and get 3 people, that's it, you've finished, you've cracked it, you can retire, put your feet up. It doesn't work that way. If you're lucky, 1 in 10 will do what you ask them to do. And if you're coming from desperation and you're paying people in and taking any Tom, Dick and Harry, I mean, I'll tell people go away if I don't think they're right, rather than be pestered by them ad infinitum when they're not doing anything. You know, you get emails, I've not made any money with this yet. What have you done? Nothing. Well, that's why you've made nothing. You don't want to be hassled with that type of thing. So ask people, are they genuinely interested in doing this? And if they're not, tell them, go away, go find something else. I'm only interested in people that are genuinely interested in doing this. And that way, you will perhaps get 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 7, who will duplicate your efforts. But if you're just bringing people in and saying, oh, look, I'll even pay your way in, I'll get you started, pay your way in, they're not going to do anything. You might find 1 in 1,000 that will, 1 in 10,000 perhaps is more accurate. The odds are just not worth it. So push people away rather than pull them in, and you stand a better chance. But even so, to introduce 1 person a month, you're going to have to bring in 10 or so every month, because 9 of them eventually are going to drop out and not do anything. And it might be that the 10 you're bringing in month one all drop out and never do anything. And this could be on, you don't know. It's an average 1 in 10. You get 100 people in, there's a good chance that 10 of them will do something. But you don't know which batch they're going to be in. And the harder you are in pushing people away, the better chance you've got of getting people. And that's what makes it difficult for people. Okay, so you know, it's there, and we can get you started and we'll help you. And if you're working and putting in the efforts, you'll get more help and genuine assistance from us than people that aren't. And as I say, you can get started for $7 a month, and realistically, if you can get one person a month that's duplicating you, within a couple of years, you can be making $30,000 a month and more. Okay. I want to make that tomorrow, and I'm not waiting 2 years. What are you doing now that is going to get you there in 2 years? Your job going to get you there? I'm talking about $30,000 a month residual income, whether you're working or not, whether you're sat in front of your computer or going to work or whatever, if you're on the beach sipping a cocktail or whatever it is, $30,000 a month. It might take you 2 years. People will do it in less. Some people will take longer. Most people will drop out. 90% will fail. Okay? So you can get started for $7 a month, but it requires effort and learning that's too much for most online marketers to do. So we came up with a turnkey cash cow system. Okay, and it's that slide really is just going over what I said. I think still a great option if you have focus and drive for $7 a month. But the turnkey cash cow system is a blend. It's a blend of investment, entrepreneurship, outsourcing, using other people's money, and reinvestment. And you put all this together in a plan, and it can become very, very powerful. So the investment, we start off with the investment. It's a cooperative sales system. It's a system where you are guaranteed $3,000 in income within 90 days, or you pay nothing until you have reached that $3,000 income. That's averaging out at about $1,000 a month, and that is slightly less than the average return on this investment. It pays you monthly. So you get involved on the first, where are we now? We're about halfway through June. You get involved now, the chances are you'll be round about $500 in income for that part month, and $1,000 for the next full month, July. Those are the chances, the probabilities. They're not guarantees. What you are guaranteed is that if you've not earned 30,000 within 90 days, you're not going to pay anything out for this cooperative sales system until you have reached that 3,000 income. So how's this done? It's done because there's an expert sales force that generates the income for you from sales. What we do is we take all the money that people pay in, we pool it, we use it in advertising, and we put it all together in a system that generates income, and that income is shared out amongst everybody that's involved in the co-op. And the profits from that we use to drive the entrepreneurial part of the program. The investment program, here's a list of the things that we do for you. Month in, month out. We drive the best possible traffic to the offers. We pick the offers. We do all the follow-ups that are required to make the sales. We call all the leads. We do live webinar presentations. Not like this. This is a different one. But we do live webinar presentations selling other things. We do email marketing to increase conversions. We do retargeting to maximize the lead to sale ratio. We do all the tracking and tweaking to improve sales, because that's what being an entrepreneur is about. You do something, you test it, and then you track what the results are, and you tweak it to get better results, and you keep on doing that. And you've got to be obsessive with that to be successful. And that's what we're good at in this part of the program. And so we do all that, and we create new products so that you profit with us on a month-to-month basis. And you get to see exactly what we're doing now so that you can learn while you earn. We've got loads and loads of videos. We've got everything going through exactly what we do, how we do it, so that if you're interested in learning, rather than just investing, and you want to build this entrepreneurial empire that is going to set you free financially and time-wise and in every other way, then we'll teach you through this program. Okay, so we use these highly skilled phone sales teams, and we've got the best offers on the market. So we're solving all the problems. We start making you money. So you join, part 1. You start making money, part 2. Now, it's not designed to make you rich. This part of the program, the co-op, will usually generate a profit of somewhere between 500 to 700 a month. It's been more, it's been 1,000 a month, and it's been less. It's been down to 500 just covering the co-op costs. Not profit, just 500 income. Co-op costs are around $500 a month. The proceeds from the co-op are usually between 1,000 and 1,500. They average out around about 1,100 or 1,200 probably. But it's a business investment. It's not a fixed interest investment. We don't know what the payouts are going to be, because we don't know until we add up all the sales for the month and we say, okay, we've made X million dollars. We have so many thousand of people involved. We divide those thousands into the millions and you get so much each. Okay, it's a business investment, not a fixed interest investment. So it's not going to make you rich, but it will make you around 500 to 700 a month on average. Will it do it every month? Don't know. It's a business investment, not a fixed interest investment. So what we do is we take the profits from the co-op. So rather than saying, okay, I've got 200 this month, or I've got 500, or I've got 400, or whatever it is, I'm going to go out and blow that on pizzas and cinema and whatever else you might want to blow it on. You put that into investing in creating ongoing wealth, because that co-op has no residual income. It's a sale. It's a one-off thing. They've bought it, they're gone, bang, thank you very much, we've made a profit, start again. Residual income is what entrepreneurs seek. They want to know that they've got a customer that comes back, buys again and again and again and again, and it's like clockwork, and every time they buy, they make a profit. Okay? And that is great, because if you make a profit of $100 a month by making sales, and you make a new sale every month to make that $100, if it's not residual, at the end of a year, you've made $1,200, 12 sales of $100 profit. If those are residual income, in month 2, you make $200, because the sale from 1 is paying you again. So $200. In month 3, you're making $300. So you've made you made $600 in 3 months, which would have taken you 6 months. By the end of the year, you're well ahead. This is what residual income's about. It's about this power of building. Okay. We're also in this entrepreneurship going to take care of lead generation for you personally, not for the co-op, for you personally. And what will this lead generation do? It'll build you a list. And unless you've been living under a rock or just got online 2 minutes ago, you know that the money is in the list. A good list is conservatively worth $1 per person per month in income. Okay, that's what most people say. Some people make a lot more than that. Some people have no idea what to do with a list and so make very little. But usually those people have very small lists as well. If you've got a list of 10,000 or 20,000 people, it's very difficult not to make some income from that list, some strong income from that list on a monthly basis. So that's what this entrepreneurship part of the program is about. We're taking the profits from the co-op and we're handling the lead generation, and we're putting it in, and we're list building, and we're helping you make contact with those people to generate residual income. And as a part of this package, we guarantee a minimum income of $1,000 a month for the first 2 calendar months. And this is to make sure that you have the ability to continue in business even if things don't go particularly well. So your guarantees are from the RMM Co-op, $3,000 in 90 days. And from the Turnkey Cash Cow program, in addition, you're going to be guaranteed $1,000 at the end of your first full calendar month. So if you join now, that would be the end of July. That would be your first full calendar month. So we'd make sure that you've got $1,000 in income at least by then, and another $1,000 by the end of August. So by the end of August, if you joined today, you would have a minimum of $2,000 income coming to you to enable you to stay in business and pay your dues and make a small profit as well. And that's what this is about. It's taking the risk out of it for you. It's minimizing your risk. It's not to make you wealthy. It's not saying, okay, if you we're not guaranteeing you $1,000 profit. We're guaranteeing you $1,000 income, and that income you can then use to build your business. Building a business doesn't happen overnight. Despite what you've heard online, despite all the hype that's out there, it takes time. If I'm putting out banner ads, I like to do banner ads, and I run a banner ad for 3 months before I expect to get one sale from it. Because it takes time. It takes time for people to keep seeing banner ad after banner ad after banner ad, and to know that you're not just here today and gone tomorrow. It takes time. And it's the same with any aspect of business. You need to be aware that it's going to take time. So you need to be putting your money back into your business, back into your business, back into your business. Okay, and we're going to minimize your risk of doing that by making sure that you've got enough money to cover all your expenses with a bit of profit as well. Now, this is the legal bit, I suppose. We're going to talk about some incomes here, and we're not going to show you massive incomes, but all projections and incomes described in this webinar are accurate to the best of my knowledge and should not be considered as typical. As with any business, your results may vary and will be based on your dedication, desire, and motivation. Any testimonials and examples used may be exceptional results which do not apply to the average member and are not intended to represent or guarantee that anyone will achieve the same or similar results. The only guarantees are those specifically set out as guarantees and are subject to the terms of the guarantees made. Okay? That's the legal bit we've got to go through. So what's your return on investment? Well, the co-op share, which is run by RMM, is going to average around $1,000 a month. It actually averages a bit more than that, but I mean, let's talk round figures. If you make personal sales in that co-op, which you're allowed to do as an affiliate, you make almost $400 commission. I can't remember the exact figure. It's $398 and something cents, I think, on that sale. You also get paid on second tier sales. What that means is that if you sell the co-op to somebody and they sell the co-op to somebody, they will make their 400 and you'll make your 100 or almost 100. It's once again, it's $99 and some cents. Okay, so that's what you can expect to get back. If you make 10 sales, you get 10 times that. Personal sales we're talking about. The co-op, that's separate. You're going to get that payment from the co-op regardless of personal sales. If you make personal sales, then that's where these second two things come into force. In SOAP, personal sales are worth $155 a month. A month means it's residual income. So if you made one sale this month, 155, and you made another sale next month, that's another 155, plus the 155, you'd be on 310 in month 2. And if you made another $155 sale in month 3, then you'd be on 465 income per month. Okay, and that's the power of residual income. What else will you get? You'll get minimum of 200 leads a month. These are people that have bought something online previously. These are buyer's leads. Does it mean that they're going to buy from you? No, it doesn't. Does it mean they're going to opt into your list? No, it doesn't. But we are finding that between 25 and 40% are opting in to the lists. And so they are building your list for future sales and revenue. And the bigger your list, the bigger your business is going to be. So ignoring tier 2 sales, your potential income, if you're making one sale a month, in month 1 would be $1,555, in month 2 it would be $1,710 because you'd have 155 from month 1 carrying over, and this would go up each month because of that residual income. So after 5 months you'd be making $2,175, after 6 months it'd be another 155 on top of that, and so on. Residual income. Okay, so that's what your potential is. Very simply, with just one personal sale a month. How do you make personal sales? You can make them through the leads. You can make them, once you're making money, you will be in a power position to be able to tell people, I make money with this. If I can make money with this, so can you. Look at it. Will they join? Some will, some won't. It doesn't matter. You will be in a position to make sales, and you'll want to tell people, and the more money you're making, the more you'll want to tell people about it. If you don't make any personal sales a month, you're still going to make the co-op income, which is going to be roughly $1,000, a bit more, usually on average. It's been less the last couple of months. It's been less. So that's why we have the guarantee. That's why I've dipped into my own pocket to pay out and top people up to the $1,000 level. So if you make no personal sales, you're going to make something like a 17% a month minimum profit. Now, you might say, oh, is that any good? I don't know. What do you get from your bank? You might get 2% a year. 17% a month minimum profit due to the guarantees. Okay, that's with no personal sales at all. That's just the co-op or the personal or the guarantees of 1,000. That's what you're going to make, 17%. That is in effect, you give me $5 and I'll give you $6. So you give me $5 with your left hand and I'll give you $6 into your right hand. Does that sound good? I bet you'd want to give me a lot of $5. You know, you keep pulling them out and giving them to me as long as I'm giving you that $6. That's what it's about. It's actually $146 a month, guaranteed minimum profit in your first 2 full calendar months. Okay? Because there are fees coming out of the 1,000. They're the fees for your ongoing thing. That's why this program is so profoundly good. It means that all your marketing forever, for life, is taken care of by that initial investment, and you will then be able to concentrate on building your business without the worry of where is that money coming from to pay for this next month. It's there, it's done for you. Okay, so what's $146 a month worth? Well, based on franchise fees, if you buy a franchise for a business, what they do is they take 5 years of the projected profits. Now, these aren't the profits that the business makes gross, which is what's often put out there to people when they talk about this. These are what they call super profits. These are if you paid a manager to run that business, what would be left afterwards. Okay? And that's essentially what you're getting here. If you paid a manager, which is essentially what you're doing with us, you would be making $146 a month with no effort, no involvement, doing nothing. Okay? Over a 5-year period, that's $8,760. So if you were to buy this as a franchise, it would cost you over $8,000. Okay? It would take you 5 years to break even on it, and that is what is pretty standard for a franchise. Remember, we're talking minimum returns here. They can be a lot more. It's 17% a month minimum. If you made one personal sale a month, ignoring tier 2 again, you'd be up to 82% return on your investment in month 1, and by month 2 you're at 100% return on your investment, and you're making over 100% every month after that. That is powerful. That is a good, strong business. We're not talking millionaire overnight. We're talking building logically, and from day one, we're talking the possibility to make money. Okay, how does it work? You join, you make your guaranteed income, you attend the webinars. You're not compelled to attend the webinars, but if you do, it'll benefit you. You invite others to the webinars. You're not compelled to invite others to the webinars, but if you do, it will benefit you, because some of those people you invite will see the sense in this, and they will join you in your business, and you will start making personal sales. Okay? The people that are interested will come back to you and say, I like this idea. How do I get involved? You make sales with no selling. They come, they look, they like it or they don't. It makes no difference. The ones that like it come back to you and say, I'm in. How do I get started? All you've got to do is say, do exactly the same as I did. You'll join and you'll make guaranteed income. You just go here. Okay? It's really as simple as that. That's how it works. So you've got a choice to make. You can struggle to make it online and probably join the 93% who fail, or you can take the easy way and cover all your marketing costs forever with a single once-only payment whilst making guaranteed cash returns. And you can also use this as an opportunity to learn as you earn. You can learn what's actually working now and put that into practice to have your own highly successful business and a lifestyle that most only dream about and will never achieve. Okay, we're talking about the opportunity to learn what is actually working now. Most of the gurus out there, and I've bought courses for $5,000 and $10,000 to find out what's in them. Most of the gurus selling these courses are telling you what they did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago to make their money, to get their start. Do you know how fast the internet changes? Do you know how fast business changes online now? That is obsolete information, and people are paying $5,000 and $10,000 for that. You get access to what is working now, how we're doing things now, and you can copy that into your own business and build a lifestyle that people dream about. Okay, we've got questions and answers now. Let me get back to here, and okay, let's just see if we got any questions coming in at the moment. Is there anything that anybody wants to ask about this? You know, if somebody said there's a jumbo jet there for sale, what would you do when you looked at it? You'd say, I can't afford a jumbo jet. That's what most people would do. I know this is an extreme example, but that's what most people would do. They'd say, I can't afford a jumbo jet. And even if I could, what would I do with it? There's already loads of airlines flying jumbo jets. That isn't what Richard Branson thought. He saw a jumbo jet for sale and he said, look, If I fill that with people every trip, I'll make a profit. Now, I know there are other people out there doing this, so I know there are other people making a profit from it. All I've got to do is offer better service than them, and I'll make more money than them. And that's what he did, and Virgin Airways was born. And that's the difference. That is the entrepreneur. Okay, now he had a bit of cash, but did he use his own cash? No, he didn't. He borrowed the money to do it. Okay? What does it cost to get involved in Turnkey Cash Cow? I'll tell you. It costs you $1,354, $1,354, I can't remember, short of $1,400, okay? You pay it, that is your initial payment. If you pay that today, you will get some sort of return by the end of this month, but you will have another payment to make in the middle of next month. So it would be wise to keep whatever you make this month to put it towards that payment that you're going to be making in 30 days, because the payments are every 30 days. The monthly payments are $854. There's $497 for the co-op, which is going to drive your business. You're going to get, usually you're going to get 1,000 or more back from that co-op for a full month. There is $200 that you're going to spend on leads, which is going to get you at least 200 leads, usually more. And there's $157 you're going to spend on your SOAP program at level 5, which is going to put you in a position to earn those $155 a month residual commissions. It's also going to give you a lot of tools that you can use if you choose to be active in building a business. Okay, so what's it going to cost you? Let's round it up, $1,400 and $850 if you have to pay both. That's $2,250. $2,250, what's the chances of getting something back before you pay that second lot? Probably about $500 is going to come back to you. So you're looking at $1,750 outlaid in that first period, and you've got a guarantee of 1,000 back 15 days after that second payment. Okay? It means that you're always going to have the cash to continue your marketing. That marketing may produce results immediately. The chances are it won't. The chances are it'll take time while you build rapport with your list. Okay? You need that time before you're making the personal sales. But once you start getting that income, once you start receiving money back in, once you start saying, well, even if I've done nothing and I've got $1,000, that's helpful. You start telling people about it. I've never made money online before. I joined this. I've done nothing, and I've been paid $1,000. What happens if it's not $1,000? Okay, what happens if you've not made $1,000? I'll make it up to $1,000. I've done it. You can look at this page. I'll just put it in. Display it as a sticky. Okay, if you go to that link, you'll see testimonials from people, and there are more testimonials about guarantees and things. Don't join from that link unless if you're looking to join. Get back to whoever invited you, because that will probably go to a random sponsor. Okay, get back to the person that invited you to this webinar and say, what's your link when you're joining? Okay, I say when you're joining because if you are serious about changing your life, and if you've been on this webinar this long, you must be serious about changing your life. There are only two options. One is to struggle, probably fail. Two is to join the SOAP Turnkey Cash Cow program, you will get guaranteed results. You will make money, and you will be in a position to build an ongoing, recurring income. There is essentially no risk. The only risk is if I die before I pay you your top up, and it doesn't actually make that. And even that risk is being eliminated because I'm in the process of putting this into Success Lifestyles LLC, so that even if something happens to me, it'll still be taken care of by that corporate body. So the risks are minimal. Do we have any questions? I have only given away $50. How many attendees have we got? Let's have a look. Not that many. People haven't been working hard enough. I don't think you're worth another $50. So I'm not going to give any more money away. The more people we have on these webinars, the more money I will give away. But I do have that download for you. I'll put that up now. Display. Okay. It's written by Ibn Pagan, Why We Fail with Money and What to Do About It. It's a good read. I recommend it to you. I suggest you download it now. It's there. If you click on the pop-its or pop-ins or pop-ups or whatever it says on the sidebar, you will see that download there available for you. I say it's not written by me, but it's a good read. It's worth it. I'll go back to the chat section. What about marketing on YouTube? Is that possible? Marketing on YouTube is a very good way to go. Paid advertising on YouTube is very simple as well, through Google. If you've got a good video, if you're marketing on YouTube, you want a video that lasts no more than 2 minutes, because you're just trying to get people to click on that and get to your website. So you're looking at putting up a video that lasts no more than 2 minutes, and you can put an overlay on there with the call to action if you're advertising with Google through there. Very simple to do, very easy to set up. I'll probably do a training on it at some stage, and it can be very low cost. You can basically set the budget at whatever you want, $1 a day if you want, or whatever you want to do. You will get views and you will get click-throughs, and that is probably the easiest way of marketing on YouTube. I'm often asked about what's the best free way to market. There isn't a best free way to market. There are lots of different free ways to market, and you've got to pick one and master it. And if you master one way to market, then you'll do all right out of it. You can pick forums, or you can pick blogging, or you can pick content uploads, all sorts of things you can do, podcasts. There's lots and lots of ways of marketing for free, and there isn't a best way, but you need to find one that suits you, master that way, and it'll take you time. Is free marketing better than paid marketing, or vice versa? Look, if free marketing was the best way to go, paid marketing wouldn't exist. Paid marketing is there because it's fast and it's efficient. And you can do Facebook ads. It can be a bit of a pain to get approved sometimes, but worth the effort, because you can target right down to small niches. The YouTube videos you can once again target quite specifically. So paid advertising, there are lots of different ways of doing paid advertising. Once again, they take time to master. You don't just place an advert and think, that's it, I'm going to be rich. You place the advert and you track the results and you tweak it. And you track the results and you tweak it, and you track the results and you tweak it. And you've got to be obsessive about it. And the more obsessive you are, the better you'll get. And the better you get, the better results you'll get. The better results mean more sales, and the more sales means the more money you'll make. Somebody told me that the download's not working. Don't know why. Is there a way I can test it? Let me find the link that it should be. And I'll put that up for you. And I'll just test the link. It's in there, I think. If anybody has made the download and it's working, then let me know. There we go. This is the link. I'll put this in the chat section. This is the link that it should be. There should be a sticky link there now with that link. Let me just test it and see that it goes where it should go. Oh, this page can't be displayed. Wonder why. What have I done wrong? Let me check on that for you. Give me a moment, please. I should have checked this before, but I didn't. I apologize. That should work as far as I can see. Let me see again. I don't understand why that isn't working. Soap.com free on Wikipedia. Open. The file is there. So what have I done wrong? I've done something wrong. I'm no expert, which should give you all hope, because it means that if I can make 30,000 or more every month, there's no reason why you can't, especially if you use the system that we have. Join, make money, and tell people about the webinars. Soap.com free money PDF. That should be there. Let's try it. Okay, I am sorry about that. I don't know why I'm not getting that. I don't know why it's not working. I will, if you remember, it'll be in the free members area on the website once I get it sorted out. I apologize. I don't know why. http://soap.com/free only PDF. As far as I know, that should work, but it doesn't. I mean, I can get the PDF up from the file. So I don't understand what I've done wrong. Obviously, I've done something wrong. Come on, with a couple of free. But I don't know what. So I apologize. If you want that book, I will put it up as a download once I sort out why I'm not able to find it, why it's not finding the page. I'll put it up in the in there. The link for next week's webinar, Joseph, will be in the members area by tomorrow. Okay, it'll be in the news item when you first log into the back office. It's not there yet because I've not set the webinar up for next week yet, but it will be there, and in future I'll try and get it there before the existing webinar, so that we're working, we can say, okay, this is next week's webinar while we're on it. Let me make a note. 1, download, and 2, set up Webby in advance. Okay, once again, I'm sorry about that. If there's no other questions about things, we'll call it a day at that. I don't think there are any questions. We've got somebody there saying he sent the links for his autoresponder, but I didn't get a reply. Joined on Thursday. I don't know when that went in, but it takes probably 24 hours to set up. I presume you're talking about your landing page being set up, Zuhair. It can take up to 24 hours depending on how busy my people are. But they will get that set up for you. It won't affect the fact that you will get your leads. It just means that they'll start going in as soon as you've verified that the page is working. If that came in on Friday, it would normally be done by our close of business tonight, which would be about 8 o'clock. So if it's not there by 8 o'clock UK time tonight, it'll be there pretty early on Sunday morning UK time. But usually it'll be there this evening, I would have thought, if we got it by, well, even if we got it today. I don't think there's that much going on that it won't be done today. Okay, so I hope that's it. I once again apologize for that download. I don't understand what I've done wrong. I will get it sorted out, and I will post it as a download in the free members area. Okay, so that's it. Thank you everybody for attending. I thank you. Once again, I will get the next webinar link up in the members area. It'll be in the news section, so check the news section. I'll get it up there sometime tomorrow, and in future we'll have it available on each webinar so that you know what it is and where you can promote. The more people you get to these webinars, the more personal sales you will make, and that means the more money you're going to make. It's really as simple as that. It's down to you. If you have received income from this program, that should give you the confidence to promote it. Okay? God bless you all. That's it from me. Bye. Stop the broadcast. Here we go.